I'm just gonna say real quick, in preparation for this next level, Logan, do you remember that one level from Star Fox Zero where you were literally going all fuck the brakes, I'm going at full speed?
Yeah, I hated it.
I believe so.
This level is kind of like that.
Oh no.
Wow.
It's like I didn't. It wasn't bad, but just when you have to, I don't know. It just kind of it felt like it was unnecessarily like Fox. You could tone it down just a smidge. Like it's not like
Fuck that, go full power.
I don't need ultimate power. I want to live. But yeah, so as soon as this is loading,
He truly is becoming like his father.
dead. Sorry. I don't know
Okay,
where
my
that came
bad.
from.
He will become like his father.
Hi, my name is Fox McCloud. What's your sorry. Anywho.
But anyway, I want to ask, like, are there any particular... Because a part of me does want to, like, continue that discussion, but I do want to be considerate. Is there anything in particular you have to say about this level before we get back to that topic, James?
It's very claustrophobic, and there will be certain points in the area where, like, you'll come across the gate, open up, a whole bunch of enemies, like, right front and center, ready to shoot your ass down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what you're talking about with those curveballs.
This is very much a Death Star run sort of level.
Okay.
Ooh.
So just be very so this is where the game's really starting to like okay, keep yourself focused. But yeah, in terms of any other Miyazaki films I want to watch.
But there's that is the topic. But I did want to redirect because it seemed like because I am genuinely curious about her input on it. Allie, would you say you had any particular favorites of the Miyazaki brand that you like?
Well, I mean, I mentioned earlier, Nausicaa is one of my favorites, and so is Spirited Away.
Okay.
And for nostalgia reasons, I like a lot of My Neighbor Totoro. Because my sister and I watched that one religiously and acted out along with the girls, especially in the beginning when they're exploring a new house. We would just act it out along with them.
What's up, James?
I was about to say before that I got hit by that sudden armada. One detail I do like about this level, notice the illumination coming off of the dragon and even the fucking reticle.
Oh yeah, the Durgan's glow in the dark.
Oh.
It's something like that, yeah.
Oh, it's like like all these lights are reflecting off. Oh man, that actually looks kind of cool. It reminds you of like one of my favorite things of like the Spyro Reignited was like some of the particle effects on like the powered up versions of Spyro and how like his scales glowed certain
I
colors.
love that they did that for Reignited. This is nice.
Oh yeah,
touch.
no, those are pretty.
Whoa.
Heading down, old dagger. Aye!
These levels do look pretty cool, like these like labyrinth like areas. In terms of, okay, let's see other Miyazaki films I need to see.
Actually, one other thing I will also bring up, which is really something funny I didn't think about when it first came out. There was a specific detail with the Saturn original version of the game where the reticle was actually in front of the dragon and never overlapped. In the base version of the remake, the reticle was treated more or less as a thing like at the very forefront of the camera, so it even overlapped the dragon, and it kind of got on people's nerves. So they eventually added in an option to change it back to what it originally was, as you see here.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You all got all that.
Yeah,
No, that's fine, I got
it. I got you. I'm catching.
That's pretty much me going into full on.
No, don't worry. It'll
Okay.
catch up. It'll catch up.
Just give it a minute. It happens
Yeah.
with me too sometimes.
So let's see other Miyazaki films. Castle in the Sky. I've wanted to see at some point.
Me too.
That one's.
I remember seeing a decent amount of that.
Oh, that one. Yes.
I also know Porco Rosso is a pretty good one. Or Porco Rosso.
Oh yeah, Porco Rosso. Yes, that one. Is a bit. That one's a bit of an oddball.
I want to ask, what was the name? It was one of the more recent ones I've been curious about, but I want to hear people's thoughts on it. The one about the little girl. I mean, like the little mouse-sized girl and like the boy, and they live in.
Oh, Arietti.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Secret World of Arietti.
That's based on The Borrowers.
Oh.
That thing doesn't look menacing at all.
I'm sure.
Oh wait, it actually is.
Oh.
Oh, no.
This particular boss is kind of obnoxious.
Oh boy.
I'll try doing
I
this too.
still can't see.
Here, I'm gonna try this.
Oh,
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, it just if it's any consolation, it just came back for me.
It'll reset. It'll refresh. Sometimes I have to like right click, stop watching, then like rejoin, and it catches back up.
Yeah.
While we are fighting this beast.
I'll try that.
While we are fighting this beast, I will say that Tales from Earthsea looks pretty cool. Like, holy crap, there's actually a really badass dragon design in this.
Yeah.
Not good.
I actually didn't care all that much for Earthsea, or Tales of Earthsea anyway.
Wasn't that the first movie that Goro directed for?
I think so, yeah.
Because I tend to hear that that Goro's movies aren't all that great.
Did Goro also do
Yeah.
Earwig?
Yes.
I've seen a couple posts here or there that's talking about how like I've seen a couple posts here or there talking about how like there it goes, it's back for me. Talking about how like something about Earwig, just the CG didn't quite work with the art style, or
Yeah.
but I want to give it a shot.
Yeah,
Well, I
when
mean,
I-
that is something. Well, that is just something that you just have to take with certain art styles, where it's like certain iterations of 2D, like as great as they look in 2D, they don't like make a completely faithful transition into CGI, which is kind of like one of the things where, even though I'm still looking forward to seeing how it turns out, that's kind of like my one beef with like the Lupin movie. Like, I think for the most part, I think it looks nice, but when it comes to Lupin himself, some of his facial expressions, I think, kind of make me think that some of his facial expressions don't transition well to CGI, in my opinion.
If I can go back to the game,
go
real
for it.
quick. The one thing that's aggravating about this boss is that you can't get too reliant on the Dragon's Blast. This is actually where Kyle's own, gun blaster will be most handy. Not just for whittling out those, little drones, but also for taking out the Guardian's arms, which are basically what's using to block all of the Dragon's shots. So there's going to be a lot of button mashing involved.
You got this. You got this.
Anyway,
Progress-
terribly sorry. Terribly sorry
No,
about
go for it. You're fine. You're fine.
just
That's
waiting
why
for that whole.
and I was just making a joke about like progress report, Ms. Amarin.
Okay, we got one of its arms off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now we just have to strike down the other part.
I mean, I was also going to talk a little bit more about Tales of Earthsea.
Go for it.
There is definitely a good story there, and the book itself, I read it. It's kind of out there in terms of fantasy. So that's probably why the movie kind of felt a little not as developed as it could have been.
Would you say there are like any particular problems that you think the film made in terms of like
Well-
adaptation? You know what I mean?
It's very vague in a lot of places.
Like, would you say more so
There
than the
we
book?
go.
I would say more so because the book actually lays out I mean, the movie sort of does too,
you
but
gonna be okay
but
there?
the book takes more time to lay out the rules of the of how magic works.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And-
There we go.
All right. We're gonna
And
just-
he's
I don't know.
out.
Oh, finally.
I've only seen it once, and they touch upon some plot points in the beginning that don't really come up at all later in the story.
Oh,
in the
that's
movie
right.
anyway.
Sorry, folks.
No, you're fine.
Like like
also,
dragons.
I guess also. Sorry, I was going to quickly ask. Now, I guess it seems like a good enough time as any to ask. Is there a way for us to like stop here and like continue like from this point moving forward, or do they expect you to do it in one run?
This game does. The remake actually does save your progress, so there's that.
Okay, because I was gonna say maybe we should like stop here just for a second, just to cap off the recording and make sure we keep everything.
Yeah,
That's fair.
that would be a good idea.
Alrighty then. On that note, folks, we will be right back after these messages.
Don't go away! After these messages.
We'll be right back.
Later that same evening.
Alright, after that little bit of a breather room where Logan's internet pretty much went on kerfuffle mode for about a few minutes.
I'm fine.
Pat.
Today we will be today, it's the same damn day. Now we will be heading on to episode 5. The Empire Strikes Back.
I was wondering. I was,
Quite literally, because this is where they start bringing out all the big guns.
well, here's the thing.
I'm gonna
It's
teach
the same
you
day.
to go ahead.
It's the same day for us. As far as the viewers are concerned, it is a different day.
That is true. Uh-huh, yep, it is.
Today, I'm going to teach you how to conquer your fears. Now, the first step to conquering your fears is... And then that would be when the... It just gets freaked out because it finished loading. Anyway.
I remember the base Switch remake did not like this level at all.
But the performance mode is definitely helping, because I was going to say, a really nice, lush change of scenery
Oh yeah,
after all
this
those
looks
other previous
really
levels.
beautiful.
You want to know something that's actually kind of funny? I'm actually not even playing on performance mode. I'm actually playing on what was it? Like the base mode, whatever they call it in other games, where they prioritize graphical fidelity over performance.
It's they either call it balanced or presentation. I think it's just balanced, and then performance is if you want to like prioritize speed and cut down lower resolution.
It's so weird though, considering the fact that despite the fact that I've been using the all
Pretty
balanced mode,
We'll call
it pretty mode. That's it, pretty mode. Despite the fact that I'm using that, like so far the game's actually been handling pretty well on docked.
That's good.
Yeah, that's fair.
I want to ask because, like, screen share doesn't do it like complete justice. Like, would you say that it's like, aside from the times where it dips, like a solid 30?
Usually.
Now, I guess that actually seems like as good enough a time as any to bring this up. What are your guys' thoughts on the? I don't even know if it was a leak, if it was like leaked specs, or if it is just what's going to happen. The potential of this new like Switch Pro that's being worked on.
I mean, I'd like for it to be real.
I'm just hoping that they're gonna be able to like get a grip on their.
Jeez, what the hell are
I'm
they
hoping they're gonna be able to
coming
get a grip on their stock supplies this time.
Yeah, here's hoping. I did remember hearing that, like, because they more or less stopped production of the 3DS console, they've also stopped taking repairs in Japan.
Oh.
Much earlier than expected, too.
Yep, I heard about that.
Stinks.
Well, it's a good thing my 3DS still works after all these years.
Yeah.
And I guess I was gonna. I was kind of waiting until some other time to do it, but I mean, we're never going to look at that game ever again anytime soon anyway, and I guess might as well bring it up. It's now been officially announced that that ARMS comic that Dark Horse was originally working on has been officially canned.
Yeah, they...
Has been what? You cut off.
It canceled.
Oh.
Canceled. It was
It's a
like,
shame
it
because
just
I really
can't.
did like that prologue issue.
The art style that they were going for was neat, but then it went on an indefinite hiatus for like years.
And then I guess now they just come.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's pretty much been on the back burner for so long. I mean, partly because ARMS. I mean, it was successful, but not that successful.
I was actually
blow
about to
up as
say
much
it's
as they
just
hoped
like
it would.
I was just gonna say like outside of Smash, that poor game just can't get a double damn break.
Really can't,
really.
which is a shame too, because like I do still like the idea behind it. It's just I do agree that there are some things. It felt more niche than anything.
Yeah,
I think
it's like
Go ahead.
no, it's just like you guys heard me talk about before, and it still stands to reason. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that I think the motion controls were so devil damn obnoxious, I could totally see it being like a pretty big hallmark for Nintendo, because everything else about it I think is just top tier. Like the presentation, the roster, like I love the vibrant expressiveness of it all. It's like I really hope that, you know what I hope? I really want them to make a sequel to ARMS where they do pretty much nix off all the problems the first game has, so that the series actually can live up to the potential it has.
I need to ask, with those gunships, is it better to target the sails or the base itself?
The base, I think.
Okay.
Also, for those wondering, yes, I do indeed hate this level.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're throwing a lot of, so hopefully we're almost at the end.
Oh yeah, no, we're pretty much near the end now. In
There
fact,
we
I
go.
think
Right
the boss
back.
is right
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, if I could like quantify the problems with it, I think the biggest one is that, especially when comparing it to Splatoon, because I simp for that series,
Of
that
course you do.
Especially now that there's a
Everyone
third game
Yes, you
coming
do.
out.
it's that
Well,
look,
not
I'm
even just
excited for the
Logan.
third
Everyone
game.
sips for that devil damn series.
I'm excited that the third
I
game
don't.
is going to be a thing.
Okay, well, everyone except for Allie. But then again, we've joked about before, but there's
Varies.
repeating. It's very, very scarce what you simp for.
Anywho,
I will say on the bright side for this level, the stage itself is bonkers. The boss fight though, if you know what you're doing, isn't really that bad.
it looks pretty manageable so long as you
Yeah,
can
it's
keep
pretty
him
good.
centered. Oh, he's on the left. So it's just maneuvering through the little fireballs. But yeah, so it's like if I could quantify the problems, at least comparing it to Splatoon, I think it's just the world building. Like there's definitely some world building there, but as even for a series that for ARMS, which is a fighter that is, as I put it, like very like reliant upon like having a fun, colorful cast of characters.
Hello.
The fact that we don't get to see them interacting too much, apart from maybe some like snapshots at the end of their campaigns, or maybe like some interlude things, like if they had a full campaign that had them like talking or like interacting with each other, or showing off more of the world itself.
You know what I think it'd be
Then I
neat
think
if they
that could
had?
have really given it more personality.
I think what they really do need is, you know how games like Street oh boy, you know
Sorry,
how
it's like
games
this is the last push.
Oh!
no, it's fine. It's
Ow,
like
fucker.
He has no health left. Die!
I think he's preparing
wait,
his
no, he's going down.
his
Oh,
coup
they have
de grace.
desperation attacks?
Yes, or
Watch out,
second
he's
phase
up to
rather.
something.
But
Oh,
I don't think this will take too long
different
either.
phase.
Okay. But yeah, continue, Hype.
But I was about to say, I think one thing that would definitely help is that, like, you know how games like Street Fighter or a lot of the fighting games that NetherRealm made, where it's like whenever you start a match, the characters will have like their little banter between the two of them before the start of a match. I think
Yeah.
something like that ARMS could definitely get a lot of mileage out of.
Just yeah, if they were able to make the characters have, like, if they were able to give the characters a bit more of an identity apart from like their
Gotcha.
victory and defeat animations, then I really could have seen that game like really like hitting home a lot better. But hooray! And I assume
Woo.
gratefully that they reset your health like
Yes, they
between
do.
episodes.
Every level.
Okay, good.
That's good.
I want to say they more or less bring you back up to full health after every level.
Otherwise,
Don't
that-
quote me on that, but I'm
Welcome
pretty
back.
certain they do.
we survived that level. I mean, we have plenty of credits. We should be famous last words. We should be fine.
So yeah, we've pretty much come to the enemy stronghold now.
Oh,
Just
boy.
about there to the tower.
Secure the area, of course, which means we got ourselves a bit of an army
Oh,
to fight.
fuck!
Oh, shit.
Ow, ow.
Well then.
What are the? Oh, it's more of those machine. Oh, those mechs. It's an uprising.
Something like that. A part of it, yeah.
Rise to
Oh.
arms, man.
Well, meanwhile,
Or for all we know, maybe that was an enemy mook that was a mook that might have got shot.
either way, great. We have two armies. We got to go through now.
So welcome to the penultimate level of the game, which I mean, it's about as crazy as the last level, though I think it's a little easier to manage.
That's good. Just what made the last one so hard is because they would throw enemies that would just try to like ram you as well. So it's like close range. Like you could have a lot of enemies, but so long as all those enemies can be easily and safely targeted with the laser, then they're usually you can easily like handle them. But otherwise, oof.
And yeah, it does come to this point, as you've no doubt seen, where Kyle's blaster is going to be helpful for deflecting certain enemy shots. Just no, this game does not hold its punches.
There we go. Alrighty. We're going. Oh, jeez, we're still chasing that dude.
I mean, yeah, we've been chasing him this entire time. Oh, hello.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
warships.
like, do you not have eyes?
Well, I don't know. I haven't. Oh, jeez. I've been looking at all this crappy and throw. Oh, and our health did not did not respawn. Either that or they. Oh, geez, no. I think these things are actually just dealing that much damage to us.
No, I think it is that our health didn't regenerate by much.
Okay,
Oh,
so it does
shit.
heal a bit, but it's not a full heal. Uh-oh.
It's not a full heal, no.
Honestly,
you know what?
yeah.
Honestly, I might just take a death because
Yeah,
this is. I don't think I can survive with just this.
Right, and
God,
and give us less to have to redo. Oh,
Oh,
not
I
as
die.
impressive of a.
There I go.
I was saying not as impressive a crash as I thought it was going to be, but we can do this. Just don't hit no, whatever you do. No.
No.
Yes.
Let's try that again, shall we?
Please don't tell me we have to go through that whole loading. Why game? We just finished loading it. That was going to be like my major gripe with this game is that I understand why they have to do it, but the loading times are a little like.
They're bad. I won't mix words. They're bad. For the Switch, anyway. I want to say PS4 and PC versions are better in that regard.
Okay, that was a bit fair. But and again, I do understand why they have to do it because there are no loading zones in the level itself. It has to be a continuous like it has to play like a whole sequence. Yeah, there we go. Much better.
Right. Which, I mean, for what it's worth, it's not that terrible, like, in the long run. Like, yeah, they can be long, but at the very least, once you're in, you're in. There's not much else in between.
Okay. Anyway, so we were talking about all this Miyazaki stuff earlier. Is any of that on Disney Plus yet?
I don't think so, because I think Disney's hold on the Ghibli movies is more or less gone.
Yeah, the contract expired last I heard. I want to say it's to... I forget
Is
which studio
Earwig
has
on-
it now.
Is
It's on
Earwig
HBO Max.
Okay, so maybe that's where they're all going to be soon. Oh well. And yeah. Oh well.
Well, at least they'll
Not-
have some pristine company.
But yeah,
Yeah.
now we're literally in the Imperial landmass.
Well, oh, so yeah, this is where this whole, like, Renegade's been fighting. I'm gonna see if I can look up more about this game to see if I can, like, look up anything about... Okay, so I guess we can talk about this now. So apparently, because I don't think we talked about this. Yeah, he's unnamed in the American version of the manual. We are playing a protagonist known as Kyle Fluge. Luge. He is the rider of the Blue Dragon.
Just called the Blue Dragon. They never give it a specific name.
You know what? It really goes to show how obscure that is, because not even Worlds Unite calls him Splooge.
Nah. But and then yeah, we are still trying to take down that prototype dragon and destroy the Imperial forces and all that jazz.
One thing that is worth mentioning about the remake is that they actually do name out all those bosses that we've been dealing with so far.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Like the Saturn version doesn't do that.
They probably only just had help. Oh, that's fair. Let me see what else it is. And beyond that, unfortunately, this dude, Kyle, apart from after this game's events, he gives up being a hunter, having seen plenty of action after all this mess about.
Oh, yeah, no. This is pretty much a one-and-done game for him. Like, afterwards, Panzer Dragoon 2, I have heard, is a prequel, and Saga is pretty much its own thing entirely. It's still set in the same world.
Oh, and
Okay, so
apparently go ahead.
I am mistaken. They actually do use that devil name in Worlds Unite.
I was about to
do?
say, yeah, he does appear in Worlds Unite.
No, I know he appears in
little
Worlds
toonier.
Unite. I just didn't think they remembered his name.
Yep, they do. He helped fight. He and the Blue Dragon helped fight Gigabolt and burn Dino Rex.
Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, from X5.
Yeah, they do some weird stuff. Okay, apparently there was also a Panzer Dragoon OVA film.
It's not that good.
I was.
From what
You know
I've
what?
heard, anyway.
I was gonna
What's up, Alex?
ask earlier. I was gonna ask earlier why a movie hadn't been made that I'd
So
never
the-
heard of, but
So, yeah,
I guess
so
there
they did-
was.
So they did make an original video animation, which I never could tell the difference between that and just an anime film.
I think OVA is more or less treated like a very special case. Like a short series or something.
Yeah.
But,
I think that's essentially what it is.
Okay, that's fair. But it is a little bit tricky. But as far as the plot goes, it's a little bit looser compared to the plot of this game. And for that OVA, they kind of shoehorned in a love interest who got kidnapped by the prototype dragon, and that's why he's doing all this.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's-
I had a feeling it was for Kyle for a minute. I thought you were saying the dragon had a love interest.
No, the Saint How to Train Your Dragon. He's like, no. It was Kyle.
What
Her
would a
name was
love? What would a love interest for this blue sploogey thing be? Oh, level's over.
Oh, I was gonna say,
that's
thank
it?
goodness we were actually. Oh,
Okay.
there is no boss.
No, because the final level we'll be going through is its own boss fight.
Oh, okay.
Why?
That was the
I was like,
penultimate.
thank goodness, because our health was looking a little grim there. Let's see how we're doing.
For what it's worth, though, this final episode isn't really that bad. Like, I would not say it's a total cakewalk, but if you know what you're doing, it's really not. You could easily beat this pretty quickly.
We settled this once and for all.
I guess it makes me wonder if this is one of those things where, like, not to oh crap.
Oh,
Oh,
it's the
Lordy.
thing from our acid trip.
Yeah, I
Yep,
think we
it's
failed.
Joke
deactivated it, and through this sunshine of ultimate power, the prototype dragon will transform.
Oh.
I can't help it.
Oh, goody.
It's so beautiful.
Beautiful.
I mean, when you really stop and think about it, the black dragon literally is just flying into that thing like a goddamn fly at a nightlight.
Last episode.
I don't know. Anyway, so
concluded.
yeah, we have
That's
made
an
it to the
interesting way
tower.
to title an episode.
Well,
Yeah,
it
'cause
is
this
the
is-
last
this is-
episode.
This is the big baddie.
So yeah, welcome to Panzer Dragoon. Last episode. Wishes are eternal.
Devil David.
Oh, and there's actually a really neat last little thing I noticed is that apparently in the official either the official manual or the official guide, they even printed out a sort of map of what the continent would have looked like, how your journey through each episode must have looked like as you were traveling through to the tower.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
it's pretty
jeez.
creative. Super Dragon.
Super Dragon, and also lost a lot of its limbs. Now it just kind of looks like a big old worm. Hey, Icky.
Hi there, Ricky.
Welcome to Mario Maker, starring the Super Dragon.
People still play Mario Maker?
I need to remind him to get back to drawing something for me.
I never played it.
You never played Mario Maker 2?
Yeah, I was
No.
about to say, I will say, I definitely, it has its audience and I appreciate its existence, but I don't blame you for not being too interested.
I'll keep an eye out for other stuff. I want more. I'll admit, I do want more games like 3D Worlds multiplayer than I do Mario Maker.
Agreed, very much so.
Yeah, me too.
Trying to think of like what would
Okay,
be.
I'm being kind of a dipshit here, literally running into every single
That's
okay.
super rank
He
this thing is
oh.
washing.
Oh, big bolts.
Oh
But
boy.
yeah, I
Oh,
was about
big
to.
boy.
Oh boy. But I was about to ask, like, now that we've proven that like 3D World's multiplayer online is actually a lot more competent than people keep insisting it is, what do you think would be the next game that they do that with?
Honestly,
Triforce Heroes.
a true like, yeah, a new Triforce Heroes like port up or a or I'm trying to think of any other like big. Something like giving us like Kirby Return to Dreamland or something like a big remake.
Oh,
of
that actually, yeah, no, Kirby Return to Dreamland. I mean, to be fair, we've already done that. We've already done that for the channel, so I guess that's kind of a moot
know.
point. But still,
I feel like the only way that it would justify like that would be nice, but I feel like unless they give
nice.
us something really substantial in addition to it, kind of like what they did with Bowser's Fury, I feel like it probably wouldn't be worth doing a redo of it for the channel.
I assume that attack back there, James. If we didn't do enough damage in time, we would have done like a super blast.
probably.
You're close though.
Also, I will also say, I keep forgetting the composer's name for the remake.
Oh my
she
gosh.
did a damn fine job making a new track for this one, because the original was kind of underwhelming.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm down for that. I'm glad. I like redemption
Oh.
ideas. Oh
Oh,
gosh,
boy.
there's a lot of
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
we
yeah.
can do with this.
Oh god.
This game could. Not to say that. Not to keep comparing it to Star Fox, but this could really benefit from having a barrel
Oh
roll
Jesus.
right around now.
Yeah, absolutely.
This
The
thing
Panzer Crew
really.
series, I don't think ever had a barrel roll implemented
Yeah.
into its systems.
Just
I
keep
get
tanking
this.
through.
I get the sneaking suspicion that this guy really doesn't want you alive anymore.
And
Okay, we got him. We're done.
Oh, that was it? Was that really it?
Game, beat it.
Wow.
I will admit, usually Super Dragon doesn't give me that much shit. I guess they patched it in between the last time I played it.
Well, there you go. It's more tense.
You say, is that really it? To be fair, we did have to go through a literal barrage for the last couple of rounds.
He's still alive.
Oh no, he's just about to fall over like a 3D model it usually does.
Ha,
You know what? He'll
you
fall
fool.
over like Eggman does after the Egg Wyvern in 06.
Well, hype, you're not entirely wrong.
Okay, let me see this. Goof.
Yeah, pretty much.
And he goes.
And that's it.
So now, how do we shut down that tower?
We're gonna fly right into that sucker.
I don't think that's wise.
Hi-ho! Horse!
And then you just hear just a. And then you just hear just a sign.
dinosaur!
Nice. Oh, cool. And then, but then the minute you just, then in the very distance, you just hear his tiny, as he hits the wall, just splats against.
Oh
Slaps-
no!
slaps
I have
onto
the
it like
trots.
an ant.
I guess we are both trot out of luck.
All right, with that, that's it. We're inside this sucker, and we're gonna take it out straight from the source.
All right, Kyle. Doesn't really sound too imposing. or
That being
heroic
said,
enough.
however,
Oh
Oh boy.
Kyle's usefulness has come to an end.
no,
Oh
See you
no.
later, man.
Pants and Durgan, no.
He's gonna make he's gonna sacrifice himself?
Yeah, he's a Durgan on a mission, and he's about to see it through.
I mean, spoilers. Doesn't this dragon make some return in the franchise?
I think no, I don't think so.
Oh,
That's
this
literally
dragon.
it for him.
No. But the
This
world
music is sad.
That's good though. It's good music.
Meanwhile, we're left on the sandy beaches.
Whoa.
The towers no more,
At
and the spirits shall rise. I guess.
No.
This is happening.
But yeah, just like I wasn't sure if you heard it, but like now he's on the beach, just step back. Peace at last.
Oh wait, now that I think about it, those footprints, maybe that's a sign that the Blue Durgan did indeed survive.
He will
He's out
soon
there.
be in pants again.
Sequel bait.
Yay! Except not that really, because you don't think he shows up. It's a new joke. But no, okay. So again, like as far as like a short, like kind of a nice little arcadey shooter, like this was pretty cool.
concept
nice,
art.
nice, and concept art.
Nice.
This,
Yep,
this-
and for this credit sequence, they actually go out of their way to show off all the neat, bits of concept art that went into this remake.
This was a pretty solid job, and I do look forward to what they're gonna do with
There's
the
the
sequel.
pants and Durgan.
He still got his pants on.
What did you think of it, James?
Rough patches aside, it does definitely show its age. I would honestly consider it in a similar vein to the medieval remake, in that if you're willing to look past some of the blemishes of its time period, it is a very solid port up.
Would you say it's the definitive way to experience it compared to the Saturn, or?
I think I'm honestly hard pressed to say, because I think the original has its own merits in some way or another, whereas this one doesn't make that huge of a leap in improvements aside from the visual fidelity.
I guess looking at it, like we can definitely say that like if you had difficulties with the original, this would be the definitive way, since they made that accessibility option with letting easy finish the whole game proper.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree with that. And I do think some of the neat extras, including the Pandora's box, which the original game did not have, that was actually something they introduced with the sequel. It does definitely help this game's replayability factor.
Okay. Which, yeah, I forgot. That's another thing. I'm not sure how long these credits can go, but that's right. I was going to show you some of those cheat codes that come along with this game, because not only is there the code for Pandora's box, but they do actually have some gameplay cheat codes, and they also have a secret level you can unlock.
We should at least show off the secret level, but I do want to show off Pandora's box for a brief bit before we do.
Okay, and then there is... So, okay, I'll tell you right now that two of the cheat codes do give you a god mode, so you don't take any damage through the levels.
Okay, you know what? I think all those gameplay elements you're talking about are inside Pandora's box.
Oh, maybe. Because, yeah, there's a god mode, there's one that gives you unlimited continues. There's one, I'll just outright say it, there's one that's called super weapon mode, which I think just gives you some... That's what I'm curious to look at, because that apparently, I think it'll give you, like upgraded versions of all your base weapons. And then yeah, the everything else. Celie, what did you think?
It looked cool, and I think it's something I'd like to give a try. It's something I would like to try if it does go on sale, like I mentioned before. It looks beautiful.
I think the game does go on sale from time to time, so keep a lookout. You might just be in for a treat.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Let's see what else we
Short
got.
but
There's the
sweet.
blaster.
Yep.
Yeah, and your
Honestly,
thoughts?
yeah, that's what I think that perfectly describes this game and some of its other games. Like short but sweet. Like it definitely feels like a game I could easily come back to if I'm feeling in the mood for it.
Yeah, definitely. Especially like with that
Yeah.
arcadey kind of like solid like vibe. Hype. Did you have any thoughts from this series?
For Panzer as a series, no. Mainly because, to be frank, I thought it was only the one game. I actually didn't know it had sequels.
That's fair.
That's fair.
But
But
what'd you think of what you saw anyway?
There's something. Oh, sorry.
Good.
okay, well, I was about to say, just from what I've seen of it so far, it does seem like a pretty competent remake. Like, I'm interested to see how they tackle the sequels, and I mentioned it before, but it bears repeating. I do appreciate this new wave that Sega's going through, where they actually have been, like, resurrecting a lot of their old properties. Like, between this, Streets of Rage 4, I know it's technically a technicality, but I like to consider it anyway. Back in the Groove, and the Alex Kidd game that we're going to be getting soon. I really hope that they still ride this wave of bringing back these classics that do have a following, but were just overlooked just because they weren't as prolific as some. Oh, that's cute.
Pantsuny Smook. Kids
That is
born.
adorable.
It's from one of the kids' drawings. Pantsuny.
Oh, the one kid that was born.
That's
that's
a word I'm gonna use. That's a word I'm gonna use is smook.
Pantsuny Smook. And there's the prototype writer and the
He's gonna
hero
give you a
writer.
schmook. But, yeah,
Sorry.
I guess... I did want to, like, talk about the Sega thing real quick, but that's something I could talk about, like, while James is doing the Pandora thing. What were your thoughts of everything you saw, Allie?
Oh, really nice looking, and like it looks like it's got a solid gameplay loop. It's very arcadey, obviously. Real shooters usually are. That's where they started.
I will have to definitely say, like, on the surface, Panzer Dragoon may as well have just been an arcade game, considering it literally is a straight shot from beginning to end. Like,
Yeah.
even right down to its gameplay. But no, they decided to make this their big... Well, the original anyway. They wanted it to be its big tech demo for the Sega Saturn. And it definitely showed how, like, how well that thing can be handled in the right hands.
Oh
Yeah.
Unfortunately, due to the fact that system in and of itself got, rushed out the door, it didn't give the developers much time to really put in as much as they wanted.
Which is
Yeah.
why I'm looking very much forward to the sequel, where they started really up in the ante, I think.
Oh, definitely.
They're
And,
remaking
yeah,
the sequel too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same
Yes,
people.
they are.
And
I do believe that remake will be coming out sometime this year.
And
Nice.
and beyond that, there is a part of me that is curious if they will attempt to do Saga and Orta.
Saga would definitely be interesting, considering that's, again, an RPG.
Yeah, but if not,
Or
then
I could definitely see them doing, because that's honestly about as, fundamental as the first 2 games. Anyway, before we go any further into that, Logan, would you be so kind as to tell me... I mean, I could look it up through my screenshot.
I have it all over here. Don't worry.
Alright, so the code for Pandora's box, if you please.
It's on the title screen. Press up, up, down, down, left, right, B, B.
Well, that's one letter away from the Sonic Select screen cheat.
There we go. Gotta do it fast enough.
Okay, fair enough. And then
So yeah, here's where you get the credits, the image gallery, and the Pandora's box itself, which is pretty much a whole smorgasbord of gameplay options that you could implement, like God mode, easy boss mode, or you could just get rid of Kyle entirely.
just have it be all about the Durgan. So rapid fire.
You can also turn on rapid fire.
Which
So
means-
honestly, I'll leave that off just because, I do like the dragon's Durgan breath.
So I don't know if that's actually related to this or not. So if we back out of this, another cheat code to try is the super weapon mode, which may or may not be it. So it's okay. So you have to. So following me here very quickly. Left, 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 left. L R right, 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 right.
That's a lot of lefts and rights.
It's
Wow.
a lot.
Just tell me how many times I have to press both.
Sure thing. Let me count it out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's okay. Hang on. I'm doing this. This is all on the fly. 6 of those. Then LR, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I kid you not. You have to press the left button 6 times, then L, R, and then the right, and then right D-pad 9 times. So 6, 9.
Wow.
God damn
I'm
it.
serious.
Okay, so
There you could work for those cheats back
okay,
in
that
the day.
didn't work. Hold on.
Yeah, really.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I got it.
Aha! So let's
Oh.
try it. Let's click this. I want to see what happens. So this is titled Super Weapon Mode.
Do we want to do it now, or try to implement the episode 0 code as well?
Let's try it here just in case, because I don't know if it'll, just in case they don't overlap with this other one.
All right. So I guess we'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, we're just gonna rush into this real quick. I just want to see what happens. So yeah, so it's 3 up, 3 going up 3 times, down 3 times, left, right, left, right, left, right, and then maybe there's a misprint. Some on this other page of the wiki it says press RL at the end, not LR.
RL. Okay.
So let's try that. Try 3 up, 3 down, left, right, left, right, left, right, RL.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
I just got it backwards.
Panzer Dragoon wiki, get your
Episode
update
0.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is a bonus, kind of like a endless running kind of thing, like a how good are you at shooting? Because the big gimmick of this, I'm gonna wait till it loads. There, it's the big gimmick of this stage, James, is that in episode 0, your health is constantly draining.
Oh boy.
So you
Oh,
need
no.
to. So you need to. So the timer is your health, and you need to kill enemies. Oh, cool! Our super weapons is still engaged. You have to
Yep.
kill enemies to keep your health from depleting. So it's starting to go down now in the lower left. But when you kill enemies, it refills your health bar.
Interesting.
And yeah, as you're seeing here, this is pretty much
Just
just.
flying barrels. The fuck.
Oh boy.
But yeah, this is pretty much the big arcadey shooter thing for this game, which it's something.
I mean, it also helps too that we have our super weapon on, and should also be stressed. I do believe this was also added in via the patch. So if you want another reminder that they should have probably have delayed this game a few more weeks before launch. There you go.
Oh, jeez. Well, still, though, I appreciate what they're doing, and hopefully they will use what they've learned from this for the sequel remake.
Oh, absolutely. Which I'm still curious to see what that's going to be like, and if it's still going to be, if they're still going to handle the same practices, barring the fucking, rush release.
Of course.
And I am definitely curious too, because that's like the one other Panzer Dragoon game I'm a little more familiar with, not so much from beginning to end, but just having played it in general, like for the first couple of levels or so, and noticing how you don't even start off with your dragon on wings; you're literally on foot for the first part of it.
Right.
You know,
But yeah, on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, before we leave, I did want to continue that topic I was alluding about, how like I was talking about how like I would like if they kept on this wave of like resurrecting Sega classics for like these remakes and whatnot. Like, mostly Sega in particular, because I feel like out of all the studios out there, Sega has like the most forgotten gems that I wish got more appreciation. If they were to pick their next big fan favorite IP to have the resurrection treatment, which one would you guys like to see? Personally speaking, I'm stuck between either Rystar or Comic Zone.
Rystar or a stall for me,
Stall-
or Knights.
Clockwork Knights.
I feel like even with freaking Balan Wonderworld, I think Sega themselves should take another stab at Knights.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I would like them to continue things like Rhythm Thief.
Oh, that too.
Like give us a Switch Rhythm Thief, because I mean, you had something there, but you kind of dropped it.
Yeah, they ended the whole thing on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
No question. Does this
What's up?
does this end when your health goes down? Is this just
Yeah.
endless?
Yeah,
No, it goes.
yeah.
yes,
It basically is an endurance thing.
Because your health
Got
is
it.
constantly going down, and you only heal by killing enemies. So eventually, you won't be able to heal fast enough, and that's your timer. But I mean,
Got it.
I think
Got
we've
it.
pretty much shown off all we can. So there is a lot to this, and I appreciate it. Thank you, James.
Yeah. With that all said, ladies and gentlemen, just one more good look at our buddy duo here.
Easy there, Benson. Whoa.
Whoa, slow down, Durkin.
Right, on that note, folks, that'll pretty much be it for our commentary, our playthrough on the Panzer Dragoon remake for the Nintendo Switch. Again, you can get on other consoles like the PS5, probably on PS5 as well, and a PC for about $25. Probably would prefer if you got it on a sale, because this game is, short as dirt.
Yeah. Short and old as dirt. But sweet.
Pretty like the soil we see on screen right now.
Short and old as dirt. And sweet as dirt. No. No.
What?
And sweet as nostalgia.
Yeah.
On that note, we'll see you all next time whenever the sequel remake ever comes out.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Game as old as dirt.